So in this video, we will learn how to create tasks in TMetric for Google Sheet. Now suppose guys, you are adding some new task details into your Google Sheet and you want using those details, a new task should be created in TMetric. Now guys, let me tell you, you can completely automate this process. So the trigger of this automation will be addition of a new row into a Google Sheet with the task details. And the action will be creating a new task in TMetric using that same detail. Now, how you can set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
Okay, so first of all, we will go to a browser and search for pabbly.com/connect. And after reaching to the landing page of Pabbly Connect, by clicking on sign up free, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. Or if you already have an account, just click on sign in. So I will sign into my own Pabbly Connect account. And after signing in, we will reach to this all apps page of Pabbly. Here we just have to click on access now below Pabbly Connect. And now we can see that we have reached to Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now in this dashboard, you just have to click on create workflow and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name my workflow as Google Sheets to TMetric. Google Sheets to TMetric. And click on create. Now we can see that a workflow is open over here. So in this workflow, we have two different windows. First one is trigger window, second one is action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with the trigger window. So the idea here is, first, we have to get the details or the data of new task which we are entering into a Google Sheet in Pabbly Connect. Then after that, using Pabbly Connect, we will send that new task data which we have received from Google Sheet to TMetric, so that using those details, we can create a new task over there. So let's begin. So here in trigger window, in choose app, we will search for Google Sheets. Select Google Sheets. And after that, in trigger event from the drop-down, select new or updated spreadsheet row. After selecting a trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now we are going to use this webhook URL to make the connection between Google Sheet and Pabbly Connect. And how we are going to do this? You can refer to the help text given below over here. So we just have to copy this webhook URL from here and then we'll go to a Google Sheet. So this is a simple sheet which I have created, and I want that whenever in the sheet in a new row, I add a new task details like the task name, description, due date and estimated time. I want instantly using that data, a new task should be created in TMetric. Now to connect this Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect, we have to go to extensions, add-ons and click on get add-ons. Now when we click on get add-ons, we have reached to Google Workspace Marketplace. And here in search app, we have to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Pabbly, Pabbly Connect Webhooks. And as you can see, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, this add-on is already installed in my Google Sheet. You just have to install this same add-on into your own Google Sheet, and after that, you just have to refresh your Google Sheet once. This is a very important step. After refreshing it, here we will see that in extensions, Pabbly Connect Webhooks, this add-on can be seen over here. Just hover on it and click on Initial Setup. Now after clicking on Initial Setup, a new dialog box appears in front of us. And this dialog box is asking us three basic details. The details are selected sheet, webhook URL and trigger column. So in selected sheet, we have to select the Google Sheet out of our spreadsheet, that from which sheet we want to send the data. So in the background example, the sheet which we have in the background, you can see right now in this spreadsheet, I have only one sheet named as sheet 1. That's why by default, it has selected sheet 1 over here. Then it is asking us for the webhook URL. So here in webhook URL, guys, we have to paste the same webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. So we'll just copy it from here and paste it over here. Then after that, the last thing it asks us is the trigger column. Now you must be thinking, what is this trigger column? So the trigger column is basically the last data entry column of our Google Sheet. Now suppose guys, in the background in this sheet which we have, Column D will be my trigger column because this is the last data entry column of my sheet. After column D, in none of the column, any of my data doesn't exist. So I will select column D as trigger column. But if you have a sheet in which you can basically select any column, C, D, E, F, G, H, any column could be the trigger column of your Google Sheet. You just have to ensure that it is the last data entry column. And after entering a trigger column, just click on submit. And it is showing us setup configured successfully. Just close it. Once again, go to extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and this time we have to select send on event. So by selecting send on event, we are telling this Google Sheet that whenever data in a new row is added in our Google Sheet, instantly, immediately send that newly added data from that new row to Pabbly Connect. And now guys, the connection between Google Sheet and Pabbly Connect is completed. Now, whenever we will add the data in a new row over here, automatically the details of this newly added data will be sent to Pabbly Connect workflow over here. And we are going to do the same. What we are going to do, we are going to enter a test task, a dummy task details into this Google Sheet. For example, I have a new task as task name is new integration. Description is we have to integrate OpenAI with Pabbly Connect. Let's enter a due date. Okay, let me improve the formatting of this. Let me just wrap this text. Okay, this is it. The due date should be in this particular format. So let's enter the data as 2022, September 26th. Then let's enter the estimated time. So estimated time in hours or minutes should be, for example, let's enter in minutes basically. So let's enter 120 minutes just for a random data. So right now in a new row in our Google Sheet, I have added the details of a new task. So the task name is new integration. This is the description. That's the due date and this is the estimated time. Now, because we have connected this Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect, we will see as we add this data, immediately this data is sent to Pabbly Connect. And here in our Pabbly Connect workflow, we can see that we have received some response. And in this response, we can see the same text, the same data, which we have added into a Google Sheet over here. So we have the same task name, same description, which we have added, same due date, and the same estimated time. So in this way, guys, the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully connected our Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect and received the new task details from Google Sheet in our workflow. Now what we have to do, let's move to step 2 where we will be sending this data to TMetric. Now to do so, we will scroll down and come to our action window. And here in Choose App, we will search for TMetric. Select TMetric. And then in action event from the drop down, select create task. Click on connect and select add new connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our TMetric account with Pabbly Connect. So to make this connection, we have to basically enter the API token of our TMetric account. Now from where we are going to get this token? Let's refer to the help text given below. It says to get the TMetric API token, go to my profile page and click on get new API token link. So we have to follow these help text, these instructions over here. So what we are going to do, we will be going to a TMetric account and then we will be going to my profile. And after that, it is showing us an option get new API token. Just click on this get new API token button and this is the API token of our TMetric account. Just copy this token from here, go to Pabbly Connect's connection window and paste it over here. And after that, just click on save. And now we can see that our TMetric account gets connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the account. So in the drop down below, we can see 2 accounts because in this profile of my TMetric account, I have created 2 different accounts. The first account is Pabbly Connect and second one is Postman. So I want to create that new task in this account named as Pabbly Connect. So I will be selecting this account. After that, the next thing it asks us is the project. So in the drop down below, we can see only one project because right now in my TMetric account, I have created only one project. So let me just show you. Like as you can see, there is only one project right now, test project. That's why we can see only one project over here. So you have to just select the project in which you want to create the task from the drop down. Now the next thing it asks us is the task name. So we have to enter the name of the task which we want to create in TMetric. And we have received the name of the task from Google Sheet. We have entered that data into Google Sheet and we have received the Google Sheet response in Pabbly Connect over here. Now guys, what we have to do, we have to basically map this response, map this data over here in this task name field. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field and in the drop down below, we can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Google Sheet of adding a new row can be seen over here. And out of all of these responses, select the response of task name and it will be mapped over here. After that, the next thing it asks us is the task description. So we have also received the task description from Google Sheet. This is it. And we will use the same process of mapping to add that data over here in the respective field. Just click here and from the drop down below, we can see description. Just select it and map it. Now the next thing it asks us is the assignee. So in the drop down below, we can see two assignees, two team members. One is Pabbly Connect and second one is Satish. So I am assigning all of these tasks which are created using this automation to Pabbly Connect. So I'll select it. Then it is asking us for the tag. So right now in my TMetric account, I have created only one tag and that is test. So I will be selecting tag. But if you have created multiple tags in your TMetric account, you can see a list of all of those tags over here in the drop down below. And from the drop down, you can select that what tag you want to give for all the tasks which are created using this automation. Then it is asking us for the due date. Now we have also received the due date from Google Sheet. So this is it. So from the drop down below, select and map the due date and at last the estimated minute. So this is it. The last thing it asks us is completed, that the task which we are going to create is completed or not. So by default, it is selected true, but the tasks which I'm going to create using this automation are not completed. They are about to begin. So I will be selecting false over here. So guys, after mapping all of these details, all of this data, just click on save and send test request. After clicking on save and send test request, we can see that we have received some response over here. And this response seems to be a very positive response to us. This response shows that the data which we have mapped over here, basically the text, the details which we have entered into a Google Sheet in a new row, using these details, instantly, automatically, a new task is created in TMetric. So let's check. We will go to TMetric account, we'll go to task section, and let's search for all tasks over here. And yes, here in test project, you can see that just now a new task has been created. So the name of the task is new integration. This is the project, this is the assignee, and this is the due date. Same due date, same details, same description, and same task name, which we have entered in our Google Sheet. Now this means guys, the automation which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine. Now every time in a new row, a new task details will be added in our Google Sheet. Using this automation, automatically a new task will be created in TMetric using same data. So after setting up this automation, let's test this automation once in real time. So we will go to Google Sheet and in a new row, we will add another dummy task details. For example, let me add the task name as, for example, real test. We are testing this automation in real time. Let's add a due date. For example, the due date over here is 2022 September 25th and the time is, for example, 30 minutes. So in this way guys, we can see that just now I have added a new row of data over here into Google Sheet. And we will see as we add this new row of text, new task details in Google Sheet, immediately a new task will be created in TMetric. So let's go to TMetric account. Let's refresh this task page. And yes, now you can see that immediately a new task is created. So the name of the task is real test. This is the project. This is the assignee. This is the due date, that is of tomorrow. So right now when I'm recording this video, it's 24th of September and we have selected due date as 25th of September. That's why it is showing us tomorrow. And the same description, we are testing this automation in real time. And estimated time is 30 minutes. So in this way guys, we saw that the automation which we have created in this video is working perfectly fine. So not just these applications, you can basically integrate plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And guys, one more important thing, you will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account. And also, Pabbly Connect offers you a forever free plan. And in this plan, you will get free tasks into your own Pabbly Connect account every month. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you need any kind of help or have any queries, you can ask them on forum.pabbly.com, and you can check Pabbly Connect's pricing at this link. So if this video was helpful to you, you can like this video, don't forget to share it with others, and to keep getting such content on automation and integration, you can subscribe to Pabbly. Thank you, have a nice day.